right. Well, first of all, thank you so much to NMC for having us here. Thank you to all you beautiful people for being here at 9 a.m. on the last day of the conference. So, Seth, why do you think NMC invited us to be here?
It's a great question, Renee. So we know that most great ideas start with a really important problem. The problem that I think that most people, that will resonate with most people in this room, is really this concept of networking. So we know that it's really difficult to understand what's going on at other institutions and even sometimes your own. We also know that most of us are really responsible for staying up to date on the latest innovations, the latest technologies, the latest products. And that we do that in a variety of different ways. A lot of people are here for that reason. A lot of people are reading the EdSurge newsletter. Thank you for doing that. A lot of people are on Twitter. They're doing a lot of things to really stay up to date. But we know it's really important to really get out there and to be networking with other people, and that what you're looking to do is to find lower cost, lower barrier ways to connect.
Yeah, and within the networking piece, do you ever walk into one of those really oversized conferences, a meetup, or even a dinner party and feel a little bit like this? You're just kind of sniffing around, trying to figure out who you really want to talk to, maybe who you don't really want to talk to. So, networking has got a little bit of, ifs, ands, and buts. So that's why we created Loop.
And so Loop really takes some simple concepts, right? So it takes basically a 30-minute conversation once a week, one-on-one. 30-minute conversation via video conference once a week, one-on-one conversations, combining elements of matchmaking. So we already saw Tinder earlier, thanks. We have Match.com as our reference point up here. And then it's for people exclusively at universities. So we restrict it to people that are working at the intersection of innovation, teaching, and learning at universities.
Right. So it's this special little green spot in all those concentric circles that we love to use. So these are our loopers, instructional designers, directors of digital learning on campuses, vice provosts, those that are really thinking about these intersections and thinking about change management on campus.
And what's the value of Loop? So I'm not expecting everybody to read everything on this slide, obviously, but I'm going to call out the four most important things. So the value of Loop, as told by the people who are participating, what we call the loopers, is really, one, being able to articulate your value, like what you're doing on campus, right? So why are you passionate about what you do? What kind of impact are you having, and sharing that with others? And once you do that, you get to this really cool level of coordinated problem solving. So if you're working on an adaptive learning implementation, or you're setting up a faculty workshop, right? You come to this realization that you're both working on the same problem, the same challenge, and that you can share something with each other that you can each take away from the conversation. The other thing is, as we mentioned earlier, we really take the work out of the networking, right? So we set up the conversations, provide the infrastructure for having those conversations, but don't actually tell you what you have to talk about. That's entirely your prerogative. And then the last thing is, obviously, you're adding somebody to your network at the end of the day, and this really critical element of professional development where you're sharing something with somebody else around your extensive experience and vice versa.
Yeah, so Seth, let's get that call going. So, are we Zoom?
No, I think Slack.
Wait, Google Hangout.
No, let's do
Skype?
Skype.
Yeah, maybe carrier pigeon this time around.
Yeah.
So, there's this whole moment of like, wait, what are we doing now? Wait, I've taken 3-4 weeks to get a 30-minute phone call on someone's calendar. What a bunch of BS, right? It's really time consuming. It's what we call time debt. So this is how this works.
So it's really two key stages. The first is application and onboarding. We try to expedite that as fast as possible. Really just give you a sense of how it works, right? For a lot of people, this is a really new concept. And then the weekly activities is you sign up for a call. It's a yes or no each week. We go through a matching process, and then we set up the call, and then there's feedback that's incorporated at the end so that we try to improve the experience over the long term.
And so what's next? Obviously, world domination. So Loop right now is about 150 people. We're growing it really slowly and intentionally, and that's why we're here today. So we're starting to put together in-person events. This was last night at the hotel bar. This is some of our loopers. And we're really trying to intentionally find folks out there that are really wanting to be part of this. So we haven't marketed it at all. We've been taking it really slowly, but if you're interested and you fit into that Loop category, this would be your chance to get a very special invitation by going to this bit.ly link.
And the best thing about Loop, I think, is our favorite four-letter F word, right?
Favorite four-letter F word.
Free. We'd love to have you all in the Loop.
Yeah, and if we've got an extra minute, I'll just take a picture of the crowd here. We'll follow Samantha's lead on this. Everybody want to put your hands up?